Hey, it's our Where is the Love segment now. In your never-ending search for the perfect mate, is it taking an emotional toll on you and a physical one too? A licensed therapist, Dr. Misty Smith, she's one of our regular guests today and talking about lowering the anxiety of looking for that perfect one. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Okay, so for folks who are still looking for that partner, it can be, because I think the older you get too, the more anxiety comes on yourself, right?
Absolutely, because we all hit that magical number of 30 or 35 or 40 and we go, I must get married, I must find that perfect
Because
someone.
the next person you see, so you haven't gotten married yet, you know,
right,
it starts to weigh on you.
And then they start giving you the, you know, well, when are you going to have children?
Exactly. We've got to take care of something first. So you talk about we don't want to settle for second best, but are we unfairly too picky?
I do believe we are too picky, but I think that comes naturally. We see the Hollywood marriages end with infidelity. We see all of our significant others around us, their marriages ending. The percentage rate of divorce is so high, and we see the emotional and financial stress that causes, and we don't want that.
Right.
So how do we make sure we don't pick the wrong person, or we don't end up in that same situation? We put all of this unrealistic expectations on this person that we don't even know yet. So I think that we do become too picky, and then we find ourselves 35 and 40 and we haven't found that perfect person because we're nitpicking every little thing.
But I would imagine you would tell your patients too that it's better not to be with someone than to be with someone who's wrong for you, right?
Exactly.
But it's hard for us to accept that when we're in the middle of it.
Right, and I think you just need to be aware of what you are actually looking for. You know, you need to ask some questions about the person you're with. Do they have a good job? Are they going to be a good husband? Are they going to be a good parent? What does their future look like? And then I think it's really good to just daydream, like we did, at least us girls when we were little, about what that perfect person is going to be.
So that's kind of like your second part that you talk about. How do we define our perfect mate? Should we make a checklist of characteristics?
I think that you should think about, what is this person going to look like? What are they going to sound like? What are they, you know, what are they going to do? Where am I going to find this person? How are they going to look at me? How are they going to touch me? How are they going to talk to me? And those are the things that are really important. Don't take a checklist into a relationship, because then you're going to be, you know, I've seen people with checklists of 50 different items this person must have. You know, this is probably not going to happen. So, you know, pick those top things that you really want in somebody, but really just kind of think of the overall person and what you want that person to be like. Stop worrying about the, you know, are they going to leave me, and am I ever going to find the right person?
Yeah, we can sometimes kill a relationship and it wasn't anything wrong with it, but we've talked ourselves out of it because we're afraid something bad was going to happen, right?
Exactly.
Okay. All right, so we'll wrap up with, there are red flags, and sadly sometimes men and women both, we don't see them until it's too late.
Right. So the first thing is to identify, I think, what you absolutely do not want in someone.
What you won't accept.
What I won't accept. You know, if you won't accept someone who drinks, if you won't accept someone who smokes, if someone's been divorced, how many times have they been divorced? Look at their patterns. You know, look at their family. You're marrying their family as well. So make sure that you're looking at that because you're marrying them. Look at whether or not they're too needy, too controlling, how quickly they jump into a relationship, how soon are they saying, I love you. If they're saying that in the first week and calling you every other day right after you meet, that might be a red flag.
And how many times have you heard your patient say, but I thought I could change him, or I thought I could change her?
Big no-no.
Yeah.
Never, ever, ever think that you can change someone. If they have something that you can't settle for and settle with, then you need to just bow out of that relationship.
That's probably the best advice of all. All right. Thank you, Misty. Good to see you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.